Hey everyone, welcome to my presentation. It's going to be about, obviously, challenges of a vegetarian lifestyle. Is anyone else here a vegetarian? Okay, 4 or 5, maybe. That's actually more than I expected, but, well, who would support a vegetarian lifestyle? Let me ask you that. Okay, pretty much like 77%. There's numerous reasons people are vegetarians, obviously, and I bet each one of us all has a specific different reason, but for the most part, they're all along the same lines. And there's numerous false impressions that people have about vegetarians and the way that they live. People look at it almost like as a social thing, and they're just trying to be part of some club. And that's maybe in reality true for some people, but it's not really about that. It's about maintaining awesome health. And during the presentation, I'm going to talk to you about what it means to be a vegetarian, what it's like being a vegetarian daily. I'll give you information about nutrients that you may not necessarily get not eating meat or animal-based products, because that's one of the main arguments against vegetarianism. I'll show you how to combine foods in a proper manner to be able to get all those nutrients that you wouldn't receive by eating anything without meat. And I'm going to demonstrate for you how to combine those proteins by showing you how to make a hummus dip that you can use with pita, vegetables, or whatever you like. So first off, what is vegetarianism? Obviously, the voluntary abstinence from eating meat. That's the dictionary definition of it. There's different types of classifications of a vegetarian. A classic vegetarian won't eat any animals or have milk or dairy products or eggs. And then there's vegans who abstain from eating anything that's even animal byproducts, such as like gelatin or numerous other things.
Butter, probably.
Butter, I mean, yeah, anything that even has touched some sort of animal, they won't even go near. Pescatarian, someone sorry, who eats fish, but they don't eat meat, so they claim that they're vegetarian. A lacto-ovo vegetarian is an individual who eats dairy and eggs, but no meat. I guess I technically fall into that because I occasionally have cheese, because I feel that you do need some animal protein because your diet is more about balance. Some pros and cons about living without meat. Pros, I personally feel healthier all the time. Like, I've only been vegetarian for going on 2 years, and that was one of the main reasons I became vegetarian, was because I've had really bad intestinal and stomach problems my entire life, and meat started really getting to me. There's actually a ADA report done in 2009 that found vegetarianism has lower rates of disease across the board for numerous things like cardiovascular, pulmonary, different really bad, like especially like obesity rates. It helps with that so much. People claim, oh, well, if you're eating all these carbs, you're just going to be loading up your fat stores too. But if you maintain a proper vegetarian diet and you don't just eat anything but bread and tons of beans and don't get the actual vegetables and fruits that's behind vegetarianism, then you're probably going to be overweight as it is. And it allows you to better understand the properties of food, like I'm going to show you today. You have to be able to combine your nuts and grains, or your nuts and beans, or grains and beans, to be able to properly get a whole protein out of your food. Some cons, obviously it's not easily available. You always have to prepare something. Fast food is pretty much out of the question when you're a vegetarian. You can't go to McDonald's and ask them for a veggie patty, because let alone if they did, I guarantee you it would be touching something that was cooked with meat. You have to monitor your nutrient intake, because like I was saying before, people will say that animal protein is so essential to you because it's one of the only sources, natural sources of vitamin B12 that's active. It's a whole protein as it is. You can be iron deficient as a vegetarian, especially women, which I guess everyone here is but me. And zinc deficiencies are really bad for vegetarians, and you just have to watch out for I suggest if you become a vegetarian, you get a blood test done pretty much every week, every year, because they'll be able to find things that could be going wrong with you just based on your diet. And the number one con about being a vegetarian is questions as to why I'm a vegetarian or why I don't eat meat. Like, don't you know it's the food chain? You know, how do you respond to that, really? You know, I mean, it's just being a person, and that's your personal choice. I mean, what's your number one thing that you hate about being vegetarian, especially question-wise?
Well, I guess my reasons for becoming vegetarian really have nothing to do with social issues, like, you know, saving the cows and the pigs, and there's nothing to do with that. It's purely economical for me. 89-cent can of beans, $1.29 tofu, sure, salt beats, everything else. So for me, it's I actually seek out those questions, like, well, actually.
Anyone else who's vegetarian, like, hate a certain question in the back?
Everyone always asks me if I'm part of PETA or something.
I get that,
But
like,
that's not
every day.
the case. That's not how I feel at all. But it's just about the quality of the meat that's distributed in the United States.
And I think it's because they look at vegetarianism almost as a culture. So if you're going to be part of something that is more or less like lower down, and not everyone is part of it, it's like a subculture society, then everyone's going to look at you a little differently as it is. You don't eat meat, so you're different. Reasons for being a vegetarian, obviously religious. Buddhists are big proponents of that. There's a religion called Jain that is solely, it's a like Middle East Indian religion that is based on it. You have to be a vegetarian to be part of that religion. Like I said, culturally, socially, people may do it for different reasons, and then ethically and personally, that's my dog. Like, when I got that dog, I realized I'm not eating dogs, I'm not eating, you know, I'm eating something that was alive. And like my connection to her made me realize I'm eating animals. And I looked at a steak one day and I was just like, that could have came out of her or something, you know what I mean? Even though steak isn't from a dog, they do eat dog in some cultures, which, you know, it just made me think. I really analyze things a lot, so I mean, it may not really seem like logical, but one led to another, and eventually I was like, no, I got to stop eating meat. How to maintain vegetarian nutrition, obviously balance your diet, get your complete proteins like I was saying. You mix your proteins, either a grain with a nut, or a bean, or a nut with a bean, or seeds. I mean, trail mix. Eat trail mix filled with, you know, some sunflower seeds and numerous nuts, some oats. You'll have pretty much every kind of protein you could possibly need to complete full protein. And then obviously, if you eat animal protein or cheese or milk or whatever, then you're fully getting every bit of amino acid you could possibly have. Soy by itself is actually complete protein, so if you like tofu, then that's great for you as a vegetarian. Obviously, fruits and vegetables are a huge part of your diet and should be. Select grains should be high in fiber, both soluble and insoluble, preferably whole wheat. Minimize your fats and oils, but have a variety of them. One challenge as a vegetarian is getting linolenic acids instead of linoleic, because linolenic are more found basically in animals, foods in linoleic are found in your vegetables, which is your difference between omega-6 and omega-3. And then if you need to find a way to supplement your diet, use proper B vitamins, maybe a little protein. Women, I would suggest soy protein. But other than that, you just gotta realize what you're supposed to do. Now I'm going to show you how to make something super easy. It's a hummus dip. Maya, if you passed out the recipes, oh, you already did?
I think so.
For time purposes, I already prepared everything. I'm not going to open a can or cut a lemon in front of you. So basically, got the magic bullet. Take some garbanzo beans, the whole can, and I cannot pour.
Drain? Drain?
You drain like probably half to 3/4 of the water out. Put some lemon juice in, half of a lemon. It's a bit of lemon. It's pretty lemony. You can probably put like 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons if you don't like lemon that much. And then the spice mix is 2 tablespoons of cumin, 2 teaspoons of dried parsley, a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, which is sort of not traditional because this is a Greek food, but I like Italian food anyways, and that seasoning really kicks it up. Then 3 cloves of garlic, and simply just blend it up. Yeah, and the magic bowl is not so magic, so. That actually worked pretty good. Should be pretty thick, but if it's too thick, just add hot water, like a teaspoon at a time. I don't think all that's on that recipe info sheet, but if you were taking notes or were really interested, then I'm sure you'll love it. Can you pass out some of these samples? In closing, I'd like to thank you for watching my presentation. I hope you enjoy the hummus. Vegetarian lifestyle is something that I really enjoy, and this is something that's really simple. I mean, more on the complete realm of being vegetarian. It's completely vegan. I mean, nothing at all animal-wise in there, and see for yourself if you think it tastes as good as it looks.
Thank you.